Hi there, it's another tarot sesh for Aries. I'm the Cannastrologer. My name is Abby, and this is a reading for the full moon of June 2025. So we do these readings at the end of, for those of my returning subscribers, you guys know that I do a predictions reading of all the upcoming full moons at the end of every year, and then each month within that year, we go through it through each sign and discuss it. And so that's what we're going to be doing, and I hold back on the predictions that I predicted and we journaled to the very end because I like to see what comes out. So we're just going to jump into this. Welcome back to all of my returning subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure that you smash that button. I really appreciate all the likes and the shares as well. Right, what do we have for Aries? Higher peace, power, protection, prosperity for the greater good. So mote it be. Let's start out with our spiritual AF. Let's start it spicy for the month of June 2025. Thank you. For Aries, what do we have for Aries? No equals a full sentence. So you know what punctuates that sentence? Action. We spend so much time explaining our boundaries that we forget to just have a fucking boundary. Say no and quit participating in what you said no to. Remove yourself from the situation if you have to. Be your own boundary. So, strong message starting off for the month of June for Aries. No is a full sentence. Okay? Some of you may be having to exercise using that. Exercising boundaries just in general. You know, speaking up, using your voice, not letting things slip. You know, and I feel like it's like for some of you, I mean, it is serious. Saying no is a serious thing, right? Setting your boundaries is a serious thing. Some of you, I think, let things slide way too often. And instead of saying no, you might say something like, well, or, well, maybe. You know, but you got to say no. You just have to straight up, crisscross, definitive, slash it, no, cut and dry. And the same could be said about yes. But this card is talking about no. So, sacral chakra, what is interesting? What is so interesting is that, yeah, I had this other sheet of paper and I was like, you know what, I feel like I'm going to need this paper today. And then, go figure, I needed it right away. So, the number 8 could be significant. The 8th of June could be significant. But the sacral chakra, when we talk about this is all about self-gratification. And it's the energy of I feel. I want to say this is Cancer energy. But it's the color, it's also is signified by the color orange. So this has something to do with your sacral chakra. I want to say sacral is ruled by Scorpio. But that's like underneath the underlying energy, your sacral chakra. Top of the deck, we have dreams. So this is more of your crown chakra energy. It's all about messages, signs, symbols, and guidance. You could be getting messages and signs through any of the clairs: clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance. There's all the clairs, right? But you could be seeing things, symbols, numbers like numerology, that type of stuff. Somebody could be 39 years old. 9 plus 3 is 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. So there could be some kind of celebration or coming together, partnering, working together. You could be like, some of you are like waiting for your ships to come in. You're waiting for something to happen. You're dreaming about it and waiting for it to happen. You could be manifesting this, right? Sacral. Some of you need to heal your sacral chakra. Okay, so the other thing I'm getting to, sacral, okay, so your sacral chakra, right? Your root chakra is how you ground yourself. Your sacral chakra is like your reproductive parts. And that, talking about no equals a full sentence, it's scorpionic energy. Scorpio rules the sacral again. And it's all about, how do I want to say this? It's just like, it's about sex, right? And ruling with your sexual desires and your sacral, right? And some of you may have to exercise saying no to certain things, and I'll tell you why. Energy is transferable in every way, shape, or form, even through a handshake. So when you're sharing in other ways, right, it's a major, massive energy transfer. So there is a thing, STDs, right, which is sexually transmitted diseases, but there's also STDs, spiritually transmitted demons. Okay, because the energy exchange. So no equals a full sentence. If you don't want to engage with somebody else's demons, somebody else's weighted past, whatever, exercise that and speak up about it, and be okay with that, and also understand that that's okay for other people to also speak up and say too. No equals a full sentence on both sides of the fence. Okay, I'm not going to talk about that anymore. I feel like I've made that really clear. Let's hold out for this one. We'll close that out for the closing message. Let's just get into the tarot. All right, so what do we have for Aries? What do we have for Aries for the month of June? Now, the full moon this month, it's the full moon in Sagittarius, also called the strawberry full moon. And it's on June 11th, so the 11th could be significant for some of you. It's at 12:44 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. It's a Wednesday in the United States, at least. Underneath the deck, speaking of Sagittarius, we've got the Nine of Wands energy. Now, this is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, clarification as well. But this is all about, like, wounded warrior. This is somebody who's been through the ins, the outs, the ups, the downs. They've been dragged through the gauntlet, but they're still down for one more fight, right? But they're tired. They're freaking tired, and they just want to obtain that 10th wand so they can lay down the burdens and start a completely new cycle. That's it. That's all they want, right? They also make really great leaders, though, because they're very wise. So you could just be, you could be feeling that energy, a great leader, wise, whatever, but you're just tired, right? You're ready to start a new cycle. Some of you have been feeling it, like waiting on something. Okay. Well, I was going to say, thank you. Right, so in the past, we had a passionate new start with the King of Cups. Could be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, masculine energy. But then we also have a King of Wands. That's Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Now this could be you, and it doesn't matter if it's masculine or feminine energy, because everybody has both within them. It's a matter of balance, right? Especially, like, I always say single moms. Single moms can be a masculine in a lot of readings, show up as masculine in readings. I also could be talking about two masculines. But I feel like there's a passionate new beginning between one or both of these. For some of you, it could be a Leo. Or a Pisces. So, this is interesting. You could be dealing, it's like a passionate new beginning. You could be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy, heavy on the Leo. I'm just getting that strongly. And I feel like one could be in more like a relationship, and the other one could be more like in business. That was in the past, and I was just about to ask for 3 cards, and 4 fell out. So here we go. All right. We have somebody walked away from a connection. Could have been from the fire sign. and went into a little bit of rest, went into the state of rest. Now, when you walk away from something, it's 8 of Cups energy, you're walking towards something better, but there's still an amount of healing that goes into that. So you're in a state of healing in the present moment is what I'm seeing, Aries. And I could be talking to a feminine energy, but again, just, put yourself where you need to be, take it as it resonates. And if it's a masculine that I'm speaking to, I could be speaking to your feminine side. So then we have the 3 of Cups coming in. There's something to celebrate. You may be going out for a celebration, but careful because there could be competition around you. Now, this could be competition within the group that you're in and celebrating with. This could be competition around you. Like, you could be out clubbing, right? And there could be competition for, yourself or females in the group, something like that. It could be competition between these 2 people, right? You walked away from one and there could be competition happening because of that. And here's the thing too, and when I say competition, when I see the 3 of Cups right next to the 5 of Wands, to my other readers out there, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? This is like, it could be a third party, and there could be some actions and words that are spoken. But if this is business related, this is just like competition, working towards, something, working towards celebration. But I'm getting work hard, play hard energy. If it's work related. All right, so 3 more. What's the outcome, Spirit? Thank you. Okay, still have that. So, Aries, okay. Somebody is going to be out in the cold. This could be you, this could be another person, right? Somebody's feeling left out in the cold. And this could be after this competition. And they feel like it's a feeling of being stuck in this position. But here's the thing, though. It's so that, okay, so the thing about the Hanged Man card, I'm like, why is this the outcome? Like, why is this coming in? So, Aries, I'm just going to be completely real with you, right? And this is why no equals a full sentence. There's something that's coming in that could create some competition, cause a stir around you. It could be with 5 people. It could be 5 different departments. It could be 5 friends. Just whatever, right? But it's like you either walked away from it and walked into this, or you're going to be, this is happening and it's like you need some rest, so you walk away from it, right? You're going to go into this when you walk away, you're walking away from a lot of toxic BS. This is where the no comes in. You're saying no, right? I don't want to deal with this anymore. You're going to feel secluded. You may seclude yourself, right? And I'm not here, I'm hearing this isn't self-sabotage, right? This is your choosing, right? Even though it may feel like you had no other choice. You're choosing to go into this Hanged Man type of energy, which is actually very spiritual energy. It's like a universal timeout, where you're able to look at things from a different perspective. And then when you're ready to come out of that, perspective, whatever, come back into the reality of things, you can do so. But while you're reflecting and thinking about things and deciding next steps and where you want to go and how you want to deal with this, right? This is being clarified by the Two of Wands, which is Sagittarius, Aries, Leo energy, right? And this is talking about reflecting on your past and using those lessons in order to become the stepping stones to courageously move forward into your future. And that's what this Hanged Man energy is all about, kind of, too. You know, just like thinking about the next steps. How, you know, what is it that I'm going to, you know, what steps am I going to take in order to courageously move forward? Underneath the deck, we have the Seven of Wands energy, and it's because you're protecting yourself. Like, this is you going into your own bubble. This is you setting boundaries, and that's what No Equals a Full Sentence was all about, setting boundaries. And that's what this energy is all about. This is, you know, aligning yourself, your 7 chakras. And again, this goes back to that sacral chakra at the bottom of the deck. Somebody needs to, like, go within and heal their sacral chakra. Go look what the sacral chakra is all about. It's all about your sexuality and whatnot, right? So somebody could be putting themselves out there a lot more than they need to, right? Somebody may be having unhealthy relations when you don't need to, right? I mean, I just heard, go heal, child, go heal. Somebody needs to go heal, child, right? And I'm not saying this is all of you, right? But I am saying that all 7 chakras need to be healed, to be fully aligned, in order to obtain your 9 of Cups. That's wishes fulfilled, right? Queen of Wands energy. This is someone who's very passionate, very magical. This is, you know, this is your feminine energy, Aries. Fire sign energy. Yeah, in order to get what it is that you're seeking, you have to make sure that you're fully aligned. And I feel like many of you will be, but you have to kind of separate yourself from any kind of toxic behaviors or any kind of like competitive energy, anything that is not in alignment with your soul. You know, some of you may be down for, like, you know, third parties and things like that, but that's all on you. I don't see that for all of you. That's where I see in the future somebody kind of, you know, getting, you know, cut off or shutting themselves off and going into a Hanged Man type of energy. But this is more of a reflective state so that you can courageously move forward on your own. So that's where I'm going to leave that at. Let's close this out with the Divine Energy Oracle. Okay. And then we'll go into the predictions really quick. Where are we at? 18? Yeah, this is good. I don't want these readings to be too long. I'm trying to cut them down to be shorter. Okay, so what you need to focus on, Spirit's like message. This is like Spirit's advice. I don't know why I'm like, I can't think of the word. Spirit's advice. Underneath the deck, do what you love. You need to focus on doing what you love, your dreams. Focus on your dreams. Okay? You know, and look for signs, messages, symbols, numbers, guidance. You know, take those steps. And again, you could feel like, you know, this guidance that you're getting from the universe is leading you away from everything that you thought you ever knew. Any kind of stability, but it's not stability if people are fighting around you and there's competition, and, you know, like, life is meant to be a lot easier. It's not always supposed to be. Yes, you are supposed to have tests in life, right? But it's not meant to be hard all the time. So by doing what you love, you're following your passions. And I think ultimately this is what you're looking at, you know, how to courageously move forward by, you know, doing what you love. Top of the deck. Let go and enjoy. Yeah. You have to let go. You have to be able to walk away. You know, you have to be able to be strong enough to say no. You can't be a people pleaser all the time. But I do see you walking away, or someone having walked away from something, and letting go in order to enjoy their life, right? And it may take some time to reflect and heal on this before you decide to do it, or you could decide to do it and just, take that time to reflect and heal, right? There's so many Aries that I know. I know Aries that are homebodies, right? But I also know Aries that are not homebodies, and then I know Aries that are homebodies, and I'm not saying that children are bad or anything, but if they didn't have children, they would be traveling all the time, right? All I'm saying is, let go, enjoy, do the things that you want to be able to do in the life that you have right now to do it, okay? Doesn't matter, children, no children, whatever. Go and live your life. But I am, I'm going back to seeing that sacral chakra. Make sure that, you're aligning all of your chakras. Look into Reiki, look into just, Google, search sacral chakra, blocked sacral chakra, opening up your sacral chakra. Look into that. This could help with this. But also learn how to let go and enjoy, and being able to let go and to truly, fully let go and enjoy your life. You have to be grounded, you have to be fully aligned and grounded, because then you have 0 F's in the world. So, and one other thing, Paris, France could have some significance. Not all of these cards have the same background, and these two have the same background. So, and the one behind that also, be open to love, is the same picture too. So do what you love, let go, and enjoy. I love that for you, Aries. Okay, so that's where I'm going to leave this portion at. Real quick, let's close it out with the full moon predictions. So again, for those of you who are returning subscribers, you guys know at the end of every year we do these predictions. And so the cards that we pulled for the predictions were the Four of Swords. Now the Four of Swords is all about, it's air sign energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. But it's about rest and relaxation, taking a break when you need it, like mentally, getting that self-care, but just taking a break, giving your mind a rest. Then we pulled the Cultivating Prosperity card. That's a theme for the month, cultivating prosperity. And so you could be cultivating your finances, cultivating, prosperity isn't just money, right? It's how you look at success. It's what you look as prosperous, right? People don't have to own a home in order to be prosperous, right? You could be a world traveler and not even have a huge bank account, but you're still prosperous or successful. It depends on what your definition, but you're cultivating that prosperity this month. That's what you're working on. It could be a focus. Then we have number 33, the flower moon, which is interesting because the flower moon is May, which was the month before us, right? So it means blossoming. So there was something that could have started in May that it has been blossoming throughout the month of June. And April showers bring May flowers. That's when all the June flowers bloom, or something like that. But then, speaking of flowers, the next card that we pulled is the number 12 card, Rose, which is all about love. Some of you also could be coming into love, but for your card, like your reading specifically, some of you could be breaking away from love, to be honest with you, and doing what you love. Now, others of you could be letting go and enjoying and being open to love, right? So doing what you love and being open to love, it will be, especially for you, a focus. Then we, in roses, could be significant. Then we got the first quarter moon in Gemini, speak your world into being. So, this is talking about speaking it into existence, manifesting what you say. Be careful with the words in which you say, because everything, works as a spell. Words are spells. That's why they call it spelling. Spells are magic, right? Then we pulled the rhodochrosite card. Rhodochrosite, if you can see it there, it's like pink, and there's other colors and stuff, but the rhodochrosite portion, it's really like a pink color. and it's all about your inner child. So this is about bringing out your inner child, letting your inner child out to explore, healing your inner child. Healing is a big one for that as well. And then I've been playing with, or started playing with, the Astro dice at the end of last year. So it's based on the 3 main principles of astrology. And we've rolled the Pluto, Cancer, and third house dice. So when you combine all of those together, it's a unique blend of emotional insight and communicative power. Used wisely, it's a force of healing and transformation. And I just got done saying, this month is all about healing your inner child. So I feel like, when you go into this this period of reflection, this is going to be a very healing time for you as well, and it could be healing your inner child as well. But it's a unique blend of emotional insight and communicative power. It's not saying this is you crawling into a hole and becoming, going ghost on the world or anything like that. Used wisely, it's a force of healing and transformation, powerful transformation, especially for Aries, being able to step up into your power. So anyway, that's where I'm going to leave you guys at. I hope that this brought you clarity, insight, and answers. Make sure that you drop a comment in the comments below, like, share, subscribe. If you're interested in a personal reading, I have all of that information on how to book a reading, how to reach out to me. Just email me. I have all of that information in the description below this video. Like and share this video. That way you get entered for a free reading this month. And I'll see you guys on the flip side. Have a good one. Peace.